What's up, everyone? I'm Alchemist, and I got some Katakuri gameplay here that I want to review. First up, I'm going up against Croc. I choose to go second. Seems pretty straightforward to go second. Your strong curve is ending on 10 mom, and to do that, you need to go second. So, I'm never going to have anything to do on 2. I'm not even a big believer of playing Sanji on 2. I like keeping the 2k counter in my hand. I choose to block this hit. There's a good reason to not block it also. You could get a guy to life, which puts you way ahead. Say I had a Cracker or another Paraspare in life somehow. That would have been really good to get him out on the field. I don't have a Thunderbolt to kill the Sentomaru, which is a shame, because now he's going to be able to use the Sentomaru ability to keep spitting out Pacifistas on me, which is not the best. Dealing with multiple Pacifistas 3 turns from now is not something I want to do, because as you can see, I am already pretty low on counters at this point. I want to be taking these hits because I need to get to an 8-drop Katakuri or have something better to do. Right here I choose to try to kill the Sentomaru with 7k. I feel like I could have put 8k in it, but 7k should be enough to kill it. Since he chose to attack with it, he must not be that interested in protecting it either way. So I didn't get a 4-drop. I could have gotten... The other line there was to play Pudding, go for a Randolph. Maybe I'm not playing Randolph in this list, and I just know that, so I'm choosing not to look for it. He plays a Kaya, which is great for me, because that means he probably doesn't have anything good in his hand. He's got 6 Dawn, so he's probably going to Soga King here, I'd imagine, and bounce my Parasphero back. But he chooses to play Sentomaru, but he swings 6. I get a Thunderbolt, which is insane, because he chose to play Sentomaru first, but he attached one to Croc anyways, so I don't know what he was planning there. Maybe he had an event that he was trying to use, but I'm pretty sure that was a misplay on his part, so I choose to double Sanji up. With this much defense, I'm basically unkillable. I'll be able to go into my 10 Dawn turn really healthy, which is one of the game plans of this deck. If you can pull it off, it's pretty much an easy win if you're able to stay super healthy against any deck. Because one of the weaknesses of this is just getting beamed down for 6 and 5 every single turn, and you're not able to keep at a healthy life total going in to the turn where you're supposed to be playing Big Mom. Because if they have a full board and you're just sitting there with 1 life that you recover from the Big Mom and no Dawn up with no defense, and you've been having to counter out all game, you're probably going to lose that game. So I have a 10 Mom. He's got 1 life. I have 4 life. We can probably fast forward through this a little bit depending on what his turn is here. Because what he can do here is play a couple blockers. So he's got the Soga King. But next turn I can just Katakuri whatever and keep my advantage with my 10 Mom and keep pounding 12k every turn. And he's probably not going to be able to deal with it considering he bounced both my Sanjis and they're going to both come right back out anyways. It looks like he discarded one of his only defensive options and he swings 6k. So it looks like this game might be over. We can fast forward a little bit through it. We got a Bej out of trigger. We're thinking for a second, for whatever reason. We just go 12 flat into him. He takes it. We're unkillable. His board is not great. We can just go full face and see if he gets out of it. And even if he can, he didn't even do his love right. He discarded before his love, so this guy is basically frazzled from all the pressure I've been putting out, and he can't take it anymore. He's basically exiting himself out of the game at this point. Basically BMing, blocking all this stuff. It doesn't matter what you do here, really. I BM some more by 10 momming again. And yeah, that should wrap up that game. Is there a world? I guess if he gets Red Rock and then plays another blocker, he could somehow magically come back in this game. But I get the Pero, and all his hopes are now extinguished. I don't really think he could have came back in the game, but that probably would have been his best play, as he had a blocker, and he was able to do a little bit more damage with that. Maybe he can attach 7 here, go face, bounce my Pero back, play a blocker. He would have to have 2 blockers. And I BM some more. Amazing. We're on to our next game with Dofi against Green Purple Dofi. He makes me go first. Perfect to get a Pero to play on my 3-Don. So I will have 3-Don next turn. So that means I will play the Pero and just swing 5. Typically, Dofi doesn't have anything to do on turn 2. So that was a nice little pass for us. Which is basically going to happen every time. Our opponent's thinking whether or not he wants to take this damage. He blocks it. We throw out our Pero. We're cruising. Next turn we might play out the Sanji. It's debatable. We probably want to keep some sort of board presence to try to pressure his dudes so he doesn't get free attacks with his blockers. So hit him with a nice 5-7 Sanji. Look at our life, Para. I wasn't paying attention to we've already done that, so we could have already known that was there. But I think later on I check it again for whatever reason, so ignore that when I do that. Plays an Uta and swings for 6. We don't have a lot of counter on hand. I would have loved to defend that. But we have so many big guys that it's not really worth defending that dude right there. At least in my opinion. I would love to know what other people thought about letting that Pero die right there. We don't want to get our Sanji tapped, even though it's really not that bad. If he gets tapped, because going -1 Dawn for him is kind of not great. He wants to get to his 10 drop. Okay, right there we looked at it again, so not the greatest play I've ever done. And then we make it up by just playing a 6A. We have huge board presence. He hits his Luffy combo. Now he's got 3 blockers on the field, but only 5 cards. So we're basically could be more even. But the bottom line is that we have 2 10 moms. And those 10 moms are going to be giving him a lot of grief here soon. Get another Pero. I'm surprised I don't discard Thunderbolt here and decide to play, or discard the Pudding. But we're just going to ignore that. We get another Katakuri that's kind of ass. Though we do have a good Thunderbolt discard now. Even though when we're going for the play, we don't really need a good Thunderbolt discard. We just need anything to discard at that point in time. A little bit of a misplay by me. I believe I should have just swung flat 8 with the big Pero first, with Daddy Pero, and see if he blocked, and then went 7. Because he probably would have blocked with the 8 or the 7, and then I can just get my free swing of the Pero. If for whatever reason it does work out that way, I guess I'm just calling him out that, you know, you're not going to block this 5k with the Pero, because otherwise you're just going to let me swing your Luffy for free, and that's going to put your Uta at risk. And also, in my opinion, maybe I should have just Katakuri'd from the start. So a little bit backwards order there. Could have optimized my ordering, but That's why I do these reviews, make sure that I'm doing everything as well as I can. Especially these big events where that's basically the only thing that matters is don't make any mistakes. And little stuff like that can absolutely ruin your game. I get my choice of 2Ks, I pick my favorite one that I can pick. Because Beige is not a... what are they? Whole cake pirates? The Big Mom pirates. I choose to go after this guy. He might have an event to keep it alive, but I don't know if he can risk it right now. He might have to try to go for game next turn, but with 8 cards in hand, and the way Katakuri works, there's just no way I die next turn. Yep, and we Big Mom like we're supposed to, and now we're at 4 life, we're unkillable. If he has a second Dofi, then fine. He's just delaying the next turn, and we just play another Big Mom. We still have our Thunderbolt hand, which now seems a lot better. Because now if he just spams a bunch of blockers, I can still at least try to kill one. I should have saved that first AK. I'm trolling at this point. Because that's how good Katakuri is. Alright, well it looks like our opponent just gave up. We broke his spirit. Thanks for watching, everybody. Peace.